Welcome into NFL Daily. I am Tom Downey. All the AFC games from Week 12 are now over, so we're going to break down in depth the AFC playoff picture on today's video. The Ravens remain the number one seed with an extra game thanks to taking down the Chargers in prime time. 3 8-3 teams then: Chiefs, Jags, Dolphins, Steelers, Browns, both at 7-4 in the 5 and 6 seeds. And then there are 3 6-5 teams. Colts have the tiebreaker for now at number 7, but Houston, Denver still alive, and Buffalo has a chance, although their schedule is very challenging. Now, the current NFC playoff picture looks like this: Philly, Niners, Lions, Falcons, Cowboys, Vikings, Seahawks, plus some 5 and 6 teams. We will break that down in depth because we have to have the Monday Night Football games to be played. So make sure you are subscribed for our next 2 videos. The NFC playoff picture on Tuesday morning. I'll take that one for you guys. And then later today, Frank Reich replacements, because Carolina moments ago fired the Panthers fired their head coach. So we'll have some Reich replacements for you later this afternoon. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Let's go in depth on all the teams here. No clinching scenarios yet this week. We're getting close in the AFC. The Eagles should have won on Tuesday's video. Ravens 9-3, coming off the win of the Chargers, now get their bye. Wrap up the year with the Rams, Jags, Niners, Dolphins, Steelers. So not an easy slate of games. That's why, despite being 9-3, it's only, quote unquote, a 98% playoff probability. The Chiefs actually have the best playoff odds right now at greater than 99%. Basically, even if they lose every game, which they're favored to, so that's factored into the probability to win a bunch of those games, you're still got a good chance there. Packers, Bills, Patriots, Raiders, Bengals, Chargers, and you can see why they're so heavily favored. No clinching scenarios yet. If the Chiefs beat Green Bay, there will be some next week. Jacksonville, a massive win over Houston that gives them tiebreaker advantages, a big boost for their playoff odds. They jumped up to 99%. The Joe Burrow-less Bengals on Monday Night Football. Browns, Ravens, Bucks, Panthers, Titans. Couple tough games mixed in there, a couple easy games mixed in. Jacksonville seems like a likely playoff team. The other top division leader right now, the Miami Dolphins, blew out the Jets with, how about the Javon Holland 99-yard Hail Mary pick 6? What an all-time play that was. They got the Commanders, Titans, Jets, then 3 good teams to end. Dallas, Buffalo, and Ravens. Maybe Buffalo's good on that front there. So, again, no clinching scenarios yet for these teams, but next week that could begin to change. Assuming it's one of these 4 teams, my apologies to Pittsburgh and Cleveland, who ends up getting the number 1 seed in the AFC? R for the Ravens, C for the Chiefs, J for the Jags, or D for the Miami Dolphins? Go vote at the pinned comment right now. Let's look at the 3 wildcard leaders right now, knowing that the tiebreaker stuff is going to go all the way down to the wire for that 7 seed. Steelers, Browns, and Colts. Pittsburgh, 7-4, a key win over the Bengals. And their schedule is not that crazy. And there's going to be some key games down the stretch for all of these matchups that's going to drastically change the playoff odds, right? Arizona, they got to win that game, or else it's going to really, that's a game they should win. Patriots, they should win. Indy is going to be pivotal for playoff chances there. That's tiebreaker stuff right in that matchup. Bengals, Seahawks, and Ravens. Mike Tomlin might find a way to do it. Hey, at least they outgained their opponent for the first time all year. The Browns, that loss against Denver stings. That's why Denver is now back in the mix here. At the Rams, who are also fighting for a wild card spot over in the NFC. Then it's Jacksonville, Chicago, Houston, which has massive implications, Jets, and Bengals. If the Browns can just figure out their quarterback play, which is probably easier said than done, that'd be a big boost for them. See how bad Myles Garrett is injured? Browns have a chance, but that offense is a real red flag. And I do think in the end, got to get to at least 10 wins, if not, to at least avoid some tiebreaker chaos down the stretch. Folks, what if there was an app that used AI and machine learning to suggest smarter sports bets? Well, there is. It's called Odds Are. It's the mobile app you need to know what bets of the day are the smart ones. Super easy to use. You look for the green. The green means it's a good bet. You should take it, run with it. Stoplights, right? Green is go. Yellow is trust your gut. Make the right decision if you really, really like it there. Red means don't bet. It's not great value from that perspective. So download the app today, sign up for an account, and let the latest data analysis guide you through today's point spreads, money lines, over-unders, because there's so much you can bet these days. Focus on the ones that are really the good values. There's a special deal for you guys as well. Get your first 30 days of the app for free. Go to oddsr.com/NFL daily. That's oddsr.com/NFL daily. 30 days of smarter betting, all for free. That's a good old winning bet from that standpoint. Link is in the comment section and the description of today's video. Let's go to the 7-seeded Colts. I'm not buying them as a great team, but the schedule is very doable. At Tennessee, that's a game that they should win. Against Cincinnati, no Joe Burrow, game they should win. So now you're at 8-5, right? In theory. Then a pivotal game against Pittsburgh. You win that game, you're going to have tiebreaker stuff. Then it's Atlanta, Vegas, and Houston to wrap up the season. Can you get 4 wins of those 6 games left? I think you can. And that might be enough to get Indy in. So, pivotal game against Pittsburgh and against Houston. But there's a chance for Indy if they can take care of business here. Over now to the other in the hunt teams. Houston and Denver. We will include Buffalo in this conversation as well. Houston has a better playoff probability than Indy does, in large part thanks to their schedule. They are home against Denver. They'll be favored in that game. Then it's Jets, Titans, tough one against the Browns, Titans again. I think I just named 4 wins potentially, plus you could maybe split against Cleveland Indy. I think Houston's going to get to 10 wins. Again, I've said that about a lot of these teams. You could have a rare 10-win team left at home with 7 playoff teams. I like where Houston's at. Painful loss against Jacksonville, but C.J. Stroud is an absolute dog. Do not sleep on Houston this year. Denver, meanwhile, getting incredibly hot at the right time. If they take down Houston, they're going to be 7-5, and they're going to be in borderline pole position to take care of business. Chargers, not an easy team, but one they should win. We'll talk about them in a little bit here, too. The Detroit Lions, that's going to be a really tough one to win. But then it's Patriots, Chargers, and Raiders. It's a very interesting standpoint for Denver. And if they kind of control their own destiny in a way, they have a chance. Unfortunately, that painful overtime loss against Philly really hurt the Bills. They're 6-6. They'll go to bye this week. Then it's Kansas City, Denver, Chargers, who are not an easy out, although they'll be favored. Patriots, they should win that game. And Miami. I mean, he's still got to find a way to win 1, if not 2, of the Chiefs, Cowboys, Dolphins games. That's a tough task for the Bills this year. Who gets the 7 seed? Assuming Pittsburgh and Cleveland are the teams above there. Maybe you think it's somebody else. But who gets that other wild card seed in the AFC? Sound off for me in the comments section right now. The other AFC teams I want to mention here, at least briefly, with their playoff odds in parenthesis. Now, again, this factors in like point spreads and money lines and favorites. Like, hey, you're going to be able to win. You're going to not be able to. They'll do the projection stuff involved there. That's why the Chargers are 5% because they're a better team, but they just can't win because they charge her too much. Bengals at 3%, which actually it was at 4% after their game. Some other results pushed it down. Raiders at 1%. Chargers at 5%. Titans and Jets at less than 1%. So there is a chance they're not going to be eliminated this week, but these teams have to win out and get help, and that's a lot to ask for. The Chargers, it seems like a matter of when, not if, Brandon Staley joins the Fired Football Coaches Association. Should the Chargers dump him today? Why for yes and for no in the comments section. One more note before we go. I do believe the Patriots are eliminated with a loss this upcoming week. So we have our first elimination scenario in the AFC. I think there's going to be one in the NFC this upcoming weekend for the Panthers too. I got to double check that tomorrow. But I believe they're limited with a loss. There could be a scenario too of like really complicated. They win and like everyone else above them wins as well. That could eliminate them too. But I'm going to keep it simple. Patriots, we know they're not going to make the playoffs. But from a formality standpoint, a loss would eliminate New England from the playoff race as they trend towards a top 5 or maybe top 3 pick in the upcoming NFL draft.